Good evening, everyone. It is I, Eibbor, Nanahcub. Okay, stung a little bit, but not that bad. Ooh. And welcome back to another very special video. That's right, we're back yet again with another birthday video. Today being Nanahcub's birthday video, the lead singer of Afterglow, and probably one of my favorite vocalists in the game. Like, Yukin and Ray are up there, but Rand's one who got me into this series, really, so she's high up there for me. So, today we'll be talking about the 5 best reasons why Rand should be, we're talking about the 5 reasons why Rand should be your best girl. Starting off with number 5. Costumes. Okie dokie, like always, starting the video off like we always do with costumes down here. And to be honest, this might have been a little bit higher up if it wasn't for the fact that all of the other traits that Rand has are so strong. Like, they're all so good. So costumes just had to be put down here. It's like, no, you stay down there. All the other numbers like, no, you stay down there. All of us are pretty strong. You're pretty strong too, but not as strong as us. I don't know. But yeah. Afterglow's had some really cool outfits, man. Like they tailor the line between like really kind of like aggressive, stylish outfits to like the kind of like more frilly, pretty side. Like they thread that line really well. Like my perfect example is the year 3 outfits, like the 2-star outfits that we got. Like those whole plaid outfits, the black and red plaid, just perfect. Love it. It's amazing. That kind of like the Afterglow had like they weren't necessarily all in unison at first. Like they kind of just wore like their favorite outfits for stage outfits, and it's not like they needed to be uniform, they needed to be like all the same. They did that later, but it was just a cool way to start. It's just like, yeah, they're a punk group, they're a punk rock group, so yeah, they're not gonna be like that much conformity about it. But then they kind of got into it, and it still looks awesome. But I always like that about Afterglow. They're always like just doing their own thing, and I like Rand's always pulls it off because Rand's always the tsundere she is, but she can always pull off some really cool outfits, man. Rand never has a letdown, especially. This might be cheating a little bit, but the Persona 5 collab, Rand's Joker's just awesome looking. Rand just looks in charge, and it's just great. But it's awesome. But yeah, Rand's always got some awesome threads to throw down. Like, it's just great. But let's go ahead and throw it on over. Let's go over to our next one. Number 4. Guitar skills. Okay, now also some of you may be wondering, okay, now why is this down here? Because Eibbor, you're a guitar player, so this should be like way high up because of personal bias. Oh, you would think so, good viewer of this video. But Rand's really good at guitar, but she has 2 things that kind of work, well, not against her, but I guess outshine, you could say. Because Rand's the rhythm guitarist of Afterglow, first off. She is the rhythm guitarist of Afterglow. She holds down the rhythm, does more of the not I wouldn't say basic, but the more rudimentary stuff to call it hold things together. But she has to deal with doing that and singing at the same time. And it just helps that Rand can sing like a beast. So it's just like, she's focusing on that more than anything because it's her voice. She allows her to get her thoughts, and what Afterglow's charm is her deep thoughts and her very straightforward logic. That's what gets Afterglow's, like, that's their charm. That's what gets things out there. So Rand focusing on her singing kind of allows her to do, like, she may just do like more of the background chords to hold things together. That, and she's got one more thing she's working against. She's got a freaking genius on the lead guitar because Mocha just destroys everything. You know, because Mocha's just like, Rand's holding down the chords. Let's just rip out a blazing solo and just make everybody be like, oh, I wish I could play a guitar that good. But yeah, and again, it's not like I'm saying like Rand should get more stuff because Mocha should back up. No, Rand does what she needs to do, and it's where she sits comfortably in the band. Everybody has their part in Afterglow, and that's what I like the best. But yeah, her guitar skills are pretty good. There's still some crazy stuff that even I would have trouble. Like the chord work for YOLO is like just insanity. So yeah, I don't like Rand's not a slouch on guitar at all, but it's not as high a tier because she doesn't need it to be. Mocha's there to fill that gap. So yeah, but she's still got an amazing taste in guitars, having a Les Paul like my son. No. I so wish that they would give, like, cause they did it for Argonavis, like, cause the guitar that Rand plays is it's supposed to be, it's an off-brand, cause there's no brand on it, but it looks like a Gibson Les Paul Jr. And even though it's got two picks, it might be a studio actually, but yeah, I wish I would have given her a signature model, cause Argonavis was cool, but as we see, it's still going, but the game just kind of, I don't know. I just wish that Rand would have gotten some signature guitar too. Same with Mocha. I wish all of them would have, but we don't get all the things we want. But that's enough of a ramble about this. Let's move on into our next one.
Number three. Singing voice.
Okay, so yeah, like I just said, Rand can sing like a beast. Rand can sing like a beast. Like, oh my goodness. Again, Rand was like the first vocalist I heard. Cause like Afterglow was the first band I really listened to, because when I got the game, I remember I was looking through all the stuff and I saw Ready Steady Go in the shop. I'm like, oh, I love that song, and just went and grabbed it and just like, oh, this is an amazing cover, and just went in from there. And it encapsulates the thing that I love about Rand the most, is that she's got a powerful high voice. Like, she's got some really good deep low runs that she can get out, and they're just strong, quick, and fast, but she can hit some notes that are ridiculous. And you can, and Ray can too, but Rand's got this raspy kind of voice, like, it's like an unfiltered kind of like sound. Like, she's not trained to be like herself. She's not trained like Yukina is, where she can control herself to the T. Rand's just singing with passion, and that's all there is to it. Not saying that Yukina doesn't, but Rand's is a very visceral experience, and that's what I love about it. Because again, my main thing that I always go to is Lost Ones Weeping, because that high note is just freaking great. It's just awesome. Like, Rand's voice is just great, and it just fits well. But I wish that the other girls in Afterglow would have more singing parts, because their voices, like I said earlier, for other band member voices, not the vocalists, their voices all kind of fall into like I can hear the timbre, that's Mocha, or that's Himari, or that's Sugu, or that's Tomoe. It falls into that group. Tomoe's got probably the best one out of Afterglow. I like all the girls in Afterglow singing, but I think Tomoe might have the best voice to kind of pair up with Rand, but it kind of falls into the same category as Rand, because they're both kind of low, powerful, and then can get up high when they need to. I don't know. Rand's just, she can just hold it out though, and she's got her friends backing her up. It's just great. But yeah, Rand's amazing. End of story. Let's move on to the next one.
Number two. Personality.
Okay, so this one is one that I really enjoy, although I'm a little bit kind of I'm looking for a little kind of like get a little miffed sometimes, because like Afterglow's first band story, we have the whole thing where they're all fighting and struggling with each other, and eventually it's kind of learned to just all like be open with each other and like not keep anybody out. Mainly it was about Rand. Rand and Tomoe button heads, and just Rand learning to like be honest with her feelings with everybody. And then you have the second band story where it kind of goes back to the same thing, and I'm like, because Rand gets up. It's kind of a tread path, but Rand definitely has some awesome character development, because she is a very withdrawn person. She doesn't like letting anybody see her inner feelings. More or less, it's this front that Rand puts up all the time, where she's this tough, in-charge leader of Afterglow. And I'm not saying that's like a front, like she's lying about it. No, that's who she is. She's cool and collected. But there's also sides of her that a lot of people don't get to see. Like anytime Mocha teases her, the tsundere comes out and Rand gets irritated. And it's great. That just like whenever Rand broke down crying in front of everybody because she got to be honest with her feelings with her father, like, I don't want to quit this stuff. It's not pointless to me. And like, it's what Afterglow's whole appeal is. Rand's very straightforward, unfiltered view on things is what makes their music very appealing to people. And that's basically Rand's personality. She's a very blunt person, but she realizes when she oversteps sometimes, and we're trying to like put some sugarcoat it a little bit, but still she'll have that kind of like bluntness, just like, yeah, this isn't that great. Like, I still love some of the band stories that she's been in, because it's just been that, and her whole thing, like the whole rivalry with Yukina. Like, I was so worried whenever we had the oh gosh, what was it called? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's the verses. Oh gosh, dang it, story between Rosalia and Afterglow. Like, the whole time I'm just sitting here like, Yukin and Ran have both messed up. Someone needs to step in and be like, yo, y'all both need to chill the heck out. And do like, but no, like later down the road, it's like, okay, they're pushing each other. And Ran being like, I want to be your rival. It's like, oh, that's adorable. But yeah, Ran's got such an interesting character. She's not one of like the more, I don't want to say like generic kind of characters, because there's no generic people really. But she's a very different style, because a lot of them are very, wants to be friends with everybody. But Ran has this style of competition to her too. Like, kind of like what RAS is bringing in. But, I don't know, it's hard to say. But I just like it. I like Rand's, like, she's a very serious view on things, but also doesn't want to be not focused on, like not, the music is her passion, and that's it. And it's like, she's not trying to go for a business style, she's not trying to go for fame. She wants to play music that she enjoys with her friends. And that's the main thing of Afterglow. It's their Itsumo Dori. They want to keep the same feeling. And that's just great. Speaking of that, let's move on into...
Number 1.
いつも通りだね。出た、ランのいつも通り。
Alright. Now, I gotta say, this is not necessarily as funny a one as the others have been, but this is Ran's main motto and statement that she will always put out there. It's the same as always, Itsumo Dori. Like, and even still, she's been able to use it in further changes too, because obviously things can't stay the same as always. Obviously things cannot stay the same forever. And they realize that. That's been a lot of the band stories, realizing that after, like, the girls have to realize that change is going to happen. But it does not mean that we have to be against those changes. And it can't still be the same as it always is. Just maybe have a little bit of a tweak here and there. And I like that. I like that they've always just taken it and applied it to the situation. They say it's not like they're trying to refuse change and be like, no, we still got to do this way. No, we'll take the change, but we're still going to keep it the same as we always do it. And that's great. That's such a freaking cool way to treat things as a mantra. It's just nice. And it's just funny also to hear Ran throw it out so many times. It's just so great. It's just, I love how all of Afterglow's picked up on it too. I think it was just a Ran thing at first. But no, yeah, because she was always saying that's how Afterglow does things. It is the same as always. And I like that. That's cool to say. But hopefully, we'll get to see it a little bit further on down the road. With a little more change and a little bit more. I want to see like a whole thing for them, because they're a group I feel like does a lot of work, but not many people recognize a lot. In the game and outside the game, because people, I've seen multiple times, people are like, Afterglow's okay. I'm like, but Afterglow's the best. It's more because they're not one of the performing bands. Hell, Afterglow, Pasto Palettes, and Afterglow are all the side bands because they're not performing bands like Poppin' Party, Rosalia, Morphonica, and RAS, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that, but, I'd like to see some more songs. But hey, I will say, before we do the sign-off, Afterglow has one thing over all the other bands. They have had some of the most crazy bangers, in my opinion. Like, there have been songs in Afterglow I've just been like, yeah, this is just like my new favorite song. And then they'll come in later and be like, oh, no, never mind, this is now my new favorite song. Like, Sasanka came out, and I was just like, this song's amazing. I'm on board. This is great. And then freaking, I Knew It came out. I'm like, never mind. This is amazing. This is my favorite song. This is great. It's just been like that after, like song after song after song. Afterglow has just been nailing it. I will say, their beginning was a little bit kind of rocky for me because, True Color was a good one. But That's How I Roll, it's okay. It was okay. I'm okay with it. And Heyday Capricio, I think? I can't remember how to pronounce that one. It's such an album, but that one was good. But you had to be in a mood to groove to that one. But they've had a very just consistently good track record. I've just always been on board. Like whenever One of Us came out, like the album, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that because that's the only way you could get I Knew It. I'm like, you people know what you're doing. But yeah, enough of my rant about Afterglow music. Maybe I should make that a video. Me talking about like my favorite songs from each group. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But I think that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I sure did. Getting to celebrate my favorite vocalist in Bang Dream. And again, I love them all, but Ran's just up there. She was the one that brought me in, so she's got a bit of a connection more than the other ones do. Because PS Poppin' Party's the main group you meet first. But myself was like, okay, I've played the 2 first tutorial songs. Now let's go look at these covers. Ready, steady, go. Yeah, so Afterglow kind of drugged me in, and that was like my main focus for a while. But yeah, All the girls in the game are awesome, but Afterglow's got a special place. So yeah, getting to celebrate Rand's birthday, I'm all down for it. But once again, happy birthday to Rand. And until next time, guys, I'll see ya.